morning, guys. How are you? So, just a question, but does anybody know what day it is? I know, Miss Reynolds has been just as confused of what day of the week it is. So today is Thursday. So just a quick review. If today is Thursday, what was yesterday? And if today is Thursday, what will tomorrow be? Okay, so I want you to think about that. Let me know. So I'm really excited today because I have a new book for us. We're going to be reading Where the Wild Things Are. And it says Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. So notice that it says pictures. So the word pictures is going to tell us that means she is also the author and the illustrator for this book, because we know that illustrations are the pictures, okay? So we're going to read this book, and then after we read this book, Miss Reynolds has a really fun activity that you guys are going to get to do and make and send them to me, and I have already made mine, so I'm excited to show it with you, okay? Okay, so we're going to start our book, and it is Where the Wild Things Are. You ready? It's kind of sunny outside, so that's why I have my sunglasses on. Oh, you want to peek at little Finn? Do you see his eyes in there? Oh, he jumped down. He was being nervous. All right. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. And one thing, I was just wondering, I checked the back of this book. This one doesn't have a summary about what the book is, but remember sometimes our books have summaries. So let's see. This first page says winner of the Caldecott Medal for the most distinguished picture book of the year. Ooh, so this one sounds like it's going to be a special one. I love the illustrations in this book. Where the Wild Things Are. A lot of pages before this. Okay, we're ready to begin. See if I can get this where you can see the pictures really good. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief one of a kind. That illustration. And another. Think about the word mischief. What do you think the word mischief means? Do you know? Maybe like a little sneaky or fun or... His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Where do you think he's headed? Look. Who do you think the wild things are? Have you heard this book before? If not, make some predictions about what you think he's about to find. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Oh my gosh, look at those. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with his magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. and made him king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Did you hear that word rumpus? What do you think a rumpus is? Make the wild rumpus start. Let's see if we find out. No words on this page, but look at that picture. So what does it kind of look? It looks like maybe a wild rumpus is a wild party, or look like maybe a wild thing outside, a dance maybe. They're still going. Still rumpusing. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be somewhere where someone loved him best of all. Then, all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. You think he's maybe starting to miss home a little bit? Starting to smell those familiar smells. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. So I love that book. I think it's just such a good book about how we can use our imaginations and you can create anything around you that you want to be. I know right now we're not able to leave our houses and it can be a little sad and we can get a little crazy feeling, but that's the great thing about our minds is that you can use it and you can think of any place you want to be. So you could imagine that you had the coolest bakery in the whole wide world. You could imagine you are on a wild land of unicorns, whatever you want to do, but that's what you can do and have fun with it. So going along with our book, I have a fun activity for us today. So I want you to create your very own wild thing. But here's the thing. I want you to create your wild thing using only shapes. Okay, so look at how Miss Reynolds did hers. He's a little silly. Okay, so look. What shape is his head? Square. Look at his eyes. Those are circles. Got an oval, some triangles, a moon. So Miss Reynolds only used shapes to create her wild thing. So after you listen to this book, I want you to use your imagination and then you can use anything you want from at your house. You can use paper. I cut mine out with paper. You could create it using colored pencils or crayons or markers and just using it on a sheet of paper. You could use a brown paper bag, anything you want to do, but I want to see you create your wild thing, okay? All right, and then once you do that, be sure to email me a picture or to put it on our Facebook because I want to see it and be able to share it with our friends, okay? Have a great day today. I will see you later. I love you lots and I miss you so much. Have a great day.